Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War stream. So of course we are between the two campaigns. We have no campaign this week. The campaign 21 just ended last week and we no longer have to deal with those daemon gems, luckily. Those ones that would just randomly summon daemons, mostly on the enemy team, because very rarely would they ever help your own team. It just made things really annoying. But we don't have any of those anymore, and of course next week we will have the start of the next campaign, campaign 22. However, until then, we have a very big week this week. Pretty much, honestly, this week's probably bigger than next week. Even though the campaign's starting next week, we have so many things going on. One thing, of course, that's noteworthy, which we'll probably start with when we start actually doing our battles, is we have the Lunar New Year event for the Year of the Snake for 2025. Of course, you can earn the seasonal armor, as well as a troop, which is actually really good for purple skull spam teams, as well as in the synergy of its own kingdom, as well as the pet for it, which gives extra stats, or you can wear it on your shoulder, get the golden version after 6 of them, after 700 points, and of course the power orb if you want to pick it up for getting any of the power orb related things. So wait, where'd the chat go? 1 second. I can't see you guys. Come back. There we are. Let's see. Is it working? Is everything working? Everything working? Looks like everything's working. There we go. Let me just move this other thing over. Why does it say I'm not live? There it is. Oh, yeah, it's working. I think everything's working. We should be good. We should be good. Anyways, let me go back and chat so I can see you guys. There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello, Mark. Hello, Nightmare. Hello, Sonny. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Bear Razor. Are we getting decaying gems next season? I did actually double check. But sounds like it'll randomly disease a random enemy then, whenever taken. That's a little annoying, but still useful. Of course, there isn't too many things that really have disease boost ratio, and the things that do kind of already can do it pretty well. Like, for example, Truffle is pretty good already at diseasing the enemy team, and already has a way to do it. So it doesn't really need, like, any extra way of end up doing it. But it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. But yeah, new troop, really good. It is a purple skull spam team. A related troop. It converts all red to purple, which of course feeds back into itself, as it is also itself a purple. And then all yellow gems to skull, which is a little unfortunate because he does deny himself, but there are quite a few other skull spammers that do that as well. It also gets to enchant all purple allies, and in the context of you're using it, you're probably using 3 or 4 purple already on your team. And also on top of that, ends up giving them a bunch of life to make sure they're durable against the skulls, as well as a little bit extra magic if they have anything that can boost on it. On top of all that, his traits actually aren't too bad either. The first one is, but the other two, extra purple ink is pretty nice since you're already converting into purple, and of course would be in a pretty purple heavy team. But the thing that's really interesting is his final trait, 50% chance to create 3 purple when matching for an extra turn. So this is quite a lot of gems. Of course it's 50-50 if it ends up triggering, but whenever it does trigger, that's a pretty consistent amount of extra mana accumulation that you'll be getting every single time. And of course this does stack if you have multiple on your team. You likely wouldn't need multiple on your team in most situations where you'd be using it, but it does have the option to. And of course you get 3 for buying it once, which is also interesting. And beyond that, of course, the other thing that's absurd, which is actually even stronger than that, the Murk, Lurk, and Durk. We are going to be messing with him probably for like half the stream. This is a absurdly strong mana accumulator. Like absurdly so. Like troop of the year level of decent. So, and we're already in the first month only. I'm not sure why they always like to do this around December or January. They always like to bring out like that one like mega troop. It happens almost like every year, every other year, but this is it for this year apparently. Murk, Lurk, and Durk. He creates 2 wish gems, which for any of you that don't know, it gives either, it has 1 of 5 things that will do. It'll either give 1, 2, 3, or 4 troops full mana, or it'll give literally everything in battle full mana. So it'll do 1 of those 5. But in any of those situations, you're gaining a lot of mana, and it gives full mana. So if they have 30 mana cost, 40, 50, 20, doesn't matter what the number is, you'll go all the way to full whenever it does it. This is really good for mana accumulated things that have a super high mana cost, so you wouldn't be able to really do otherwise. But he gets to create 2 wish gems with auto extra turn, which is already amazing. Generally, the biggest issue with wish gems is when you don't have extra turn to go with it. But given that he has a guaranteed automatic extra turn 100% of the time, or, you know, assuming he's not frozen, really solid. But then he also gets to do one of the following out of one of these 3. He gets to do true damage to the last 2 enemies. Not an insanely high amount, but the fact that he gets to do it for extra turn is pretty solid. Or give a bunch of life to all allies, which generally you won't be losing your turn. But if you do happen to, you'll be a lot more durable. But the biggest one is Explode 54 Brown Gems. This is pretty noteworthy because pretty much every other troop, if not every other troop that has a Wish Gem mechanic, they might have extra turn, but they don't really have a way of popping their own Wish Gems. And this thing does. 1 out of 3 times, it'll automatically pop its own Wish Gems, which is absurdly good. You shouldn't depend on it doing so, but it can. And when it does, that is really good turn value, as you're pretty much guaranteed getting full mana on your entire team, or pretty close to it, for 1 out of 3 of the times that you cast them. And even if you don't end up getting and you get 1 to 2 out of 3 for the other 2, you simply use another troop to go pop them and then you're good to go. But yeah, 1 out of 3 times he'll do it on his own without even needing another troop assist. A little bit inconsistent in that regard, but very, very strong for a mana accumulator. And I could definitely see this being used instead of like Thrall or Bog Strider and stuff like that in the future. And what's really nice about it too is it covers brown. This is a cover that didn't really have an option similar to that in the past. Like, you know, like a Thrall or Bog Strider equivalent. Green did with Bog Strider. But brown, I don't know, does brown really have it? I guess Mountain Crusher, you know, some kind of the weapon on hero. But as far as a troop that doesn't, there isn't really like a proper mass destroy brown troop. Because let's see, like red or green. So like red has Marilith, green has Bog Strider or Marilith, purple has things like Thrall. But yeah, brown was one of those colors that didn't really have it, but now it does. So that's kind of interesting to see what kind of implications that will have on various brown teams, or even just teams in general. It is so good. But yeah, we'll be messing around with them. But before we do, let's go and start with all the more time-sensitive ones. So let's go do the daily of the current Lunar New Year event. Don't forget to be taking this, as it does take place every single day. So make sure to go get all the rewards that you want from it, and you get 3 battles for free. Though you're generally advised to throw the extra 50 gems a day just to be able to get everything. However, you can still get a lot of it you want out that if you're just going for the 3. Let me just go get our team in here, and we should be good to go. So I'm running just pretty standard Lurk's build. Earlier fights, I can actually even just go with Lurk's in first slot. For the later fights, we are going to want to go and adjust though. And of course, you can use your 1 golden battle anywhere, anytime. You don't get extra value from using it at a specific time. Let's see. Oh, can we already see what the heroic gem does? Oh, thank you for that. I didn't even realize. Wait, is it already here? I didn't even see. Oh, an enraged gem. Oh, we got a couple here. Oh, wait, we got a couple here. Wait. I haven't seen these yet. Oh, let's go look at the new gems. These are what they added in the most recent patch, or the other one, didn't they? Or did it just recently do these? Because we haven't gotten the Guild War patch yet, I'm pretty sure. And if it did, it flew over my head. We didn't get a patch, right? We should be. Let's see, what version are we on? It should say 8.3. More settings. Yeah, 8.3 in a bunch of gibberish. Yeah, we're in 8.3 right now. Okay, yeah, we didn't get a patch. For a second, I was like, wait. But, okay, let me go look at a couple of these. Might as well. Alright, I haven't actually seen these yet. So, Decay Gem. So, Demonic Gem was the most recent one. Decay Gem, so these are the other 4 that we're getting in the near future. Decay Gems are brown gems. When they appear on the board at the start of each turn, all troops for the team with the most troops will lose 1 armor per Decay Gem. Oh, that's interesting. Almost like an anti-lead kind of gem. The only problem with that is, generally speaking, you'd be leading. Well, oh no. That's a really weird used gem. It definitely makes things like Tesla and a few other armor boost ratio troops a lot worse. That's interesting. That's a really weird gem. It's definitely a more unique one that we've gotten in a while. I don't really see much of a use case for it, though. Because generally, when you're trying to win a fight, obviously you'll be the one with more troops, so this would be a downside, not an upside. Submerged Gem, I just assume this gives a random ally Submerge and counts as blue. Sure looks like it. Submerged Gems are blue gems that, when matched or destroyed, will submerge a random ally, allowing it to void all damage. Okay, yeah, so it's just exactly what you think it would be. Enchant Gems, probably the same thing, but for purple. Enchant, or, you know, giving enchant. Enchant Gems are purple gems that, when matched or destroyed, will give enchant to a random ally, allowing it to gain 2 mana per turn. And Enraged Gem, yeah, this is going to be a red. This is Enraged, right? Enraged Gems are red gems that went, yeah, okay. So yeah, these are just a blue gem for Submerge, a purple gem for an enchant, and a red gem for Enrage. This brown gem's really out there, though. The effect of the brown one, that is a really weird one. That's definitely really unique. I didn't think they would actually do a mechanic like this for. Unfortunately, it's a really useless mechanic. Like, if this is the power gem for next season, oh gosh, next season is not going to be that good. Because this will more so backfire on yourself. Also, what happens if both teams have the same number of troops? Does it just decay everything? Because it doesn't really clarify that. Decay gems are brown gems. When they appear on the board at the start of each turn, all troops for the team with the most troops will lose 1 armor per decay gem. What if they both have 4, though? Like, what happens then? Does everyone just lose armor? That's kind of interesting as an anti-Tesla build, I guess, in that case. Like, anything that's like a... Like, if you're up against an armor boost team, but your team is not an armor boost team, I guess that could work. The only problem is only 1 per decay gem is not a lot. Even if there's, like, what, 5 on the board, that's only 5 armor. 5 armor is, like, 0. At least later in the game. Like, early on in the game, I could see that being pretty effective. But later in the game, yeah, it doesn't really do much. Oh, yeah, thank you for reminding me on codes. I actually don't even have it open yet. Where is my code section? 1 second. Codes. Did I even add the other new ones yet? I don't think I did. I don't think I've added the January codes to this list yet. But let me go get you guys the first code. This should be it. There you guys go. Enjoy. Wait, is it not submerge? Wait, I'm confused. Wait, which one? Oh, so hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Wasn't that submerge? Did I look at it wrong? Yeah, submerge. Let's just talk about something else. But yeah, the submerge gem should help out a lot with, you know, Lurk build counters and stuff like that. Especially if your team is neutral to submerge. It could also be a way to trick your enemy to submerge. There is a troop in the game that insta-kills anything that has submerge on it. And there are a few ways to kind of already have done that, like applying submerge to the enemy. But one thing that's kind of interesting is that one troop actually got a lot better. In the sense that you could have something that creates submerged gems and then have the troop that insta-kills something that is submerged to go kill them then. The only problem is I don't think he gains auto extra turn or anything. It would be nice if he did. Because if he did, that would actually be a really decent strategy. Like using something that's really good at putting a bunch of submerged gems on the board, deliberately passing your turn so that the enemy takes all those submerged gems, and then just like extra turn kill, extra turn kill, extra turn kill. I wish that was his mechanic. That's not actually what he does though. But that would be so funny if he had an extra turn insta-kill on anything submerge. He does the insta-kill on submerge, but he doesn't have the extra turn to go with it. But if he did, that would be such a funny meta. Where you just trick the AI to submerge itself and then kill the entire team. Back to back to back to back. Unfortunately, it ends its turn every single time. You can still do it, but you have to end your turn each time. And of course, always make sure to go more powerful in this game, unless you're early on in the game. Otherwise, you want to be moving on so you get more points. Well, there's a lot of ways to get around it. If you ever wonder why I set mech on a lot of my builds, even though I have no mechs on the team, it's actually to bypass submerge a lot of times. Slightly for barrier as well, but if you ever wonder why I put mech on so many weird teams that seem like it shouldn't be running mech, it's actually to counter submerge. That's like the whole reason I do it. Because it's the tankiest hero class at the start of battle that has 50% mana start and dispel. So the two things I care about are 50% mana start and dispel. And when it comes to that category of troop, I believe mech is the only option in the entire game that has both. Also has the byproduct of starting with barrier, which is nice. But the two that we actually care about is 50% mana start while having dispel. So if you ever wonder why there's like almost always a mech on a team, like why I put mech on like a third of the teams, that is why. It's for submerge counter. And if there's going to be a submerge gem season or something like that, yeah, you're definitely going to need a counter to that. Because it's going to get really annoying for some builds without it. Oh, I got a bunch of things. Oh yeah, did I ever donate gold to the guild? I don't think I ever did. Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone wants to join the guild, we do still have a few spots left. Actually, we have 4 spots left right now. So if anyone wants to join, do let me know. As we do have some spots. There we go. All right, grab all of our seals. Actually, because we're missing 3 people, we almost didn't get the weekly done yesterday, or the other day. I actually had to help with that all the way at the end at like Sunday. Because we're still just a little bit short. Oh. Let's see if we can get it here. Oh, top 3. Oh, sad. We didn't even get to play Guess the Door. Unfortunate. Oh yeah, we still got the Murk, Durk, and Lurk thing going. That's funny. I kind of need a cleanse build. I don't really have a good cleanse build set up, do I? What's kind of funny is I actually don't have a wand build set up here, I don't think. Out of all the weird teams we have here, I don't think I have a single one set up for wand. I really should, just to make sure I have one. Let me just make this into a wand build. I'm not sure why I haven't changed this like ages ago. Because I really need at least one wand build in here. There we go, there's our one wand build. Should be good to go. Yeah, I assume next gem is decaying. Because it seems like it is based on the order. They would go from top to bottom. Yeah, decaying gem's an interesting mechanic. I just don't feel like it's going to be useful ever. Like, the only use case you would really use it on is if the enemy team is running like a Tesla. Or something that armor boost ratios, but you're not using something that armor boost ratios. But even in that situation, it's not even that good. Because at most you're doing like, what, 5 to 10 armor reduction to the entire enemy team per turn. You know, which isn't like 0, but it's not a lot. At least this late in the game. Like, reducing 10 armor from this barely even touches it. And that's assuming you have like 10 decaying gems already on the board. Which isn't going to be like the default. Because it's going to take at least a cast to even get to that point. It seems like it might be strong early on in the game, or even in like arena and stuff like that. Where, you know, stats are way lower. But I don't really see what its use case is really going to be in most battles. It's basically just a brown gem with a different icon. That will just occasionally lower armor here and there. the amount of armor reduction is very small this late in the game. Because it's not based on a percent, it's based on a static number. There's a big issue with a lot of effects in Gems of War these days. Like from some of the power gems like that. And since a lot of them are static number rather than percent, it doesn't scale as well. The Enraged gem will scale pretty well because that goes based on percent. So when that Enraged gem comes around, that's actually going to be a pretty good gem actually. The Enraged and Enchants, because he's actually all three of these pretty much going to be somewhat decent. But Decaying Gem, not so much. Just because it doesn't really scale properly to end game. Early and mid game is probably a lot more effective though. Alright. Oh, also don't forget, you need to be killing, well, I guess you don't really need to go out of your way for it, but you need to be killing reds in order to go get the extra copy of the little dragon thingy. Also get a bunch of loot along the way. It's one of those other features that they added in that last patch. You don't get a lot of stuff from it, but you'll likely get it done just from doing dailies every single day, so definitely make sure to go and grab them all. Alright, so what are we doing here? Tower of Doom, we do need to get to that. Not gonna do it quite yet though. Did I finish the lunar event? Yeah, we did. Nothing to buy yet, but we will be getting the dragon and messing around with them. Definitely got to try him out on next Monday when we go do that. I guess we'll clear out these dailies real quick. Might as well take them all. Small amount of gems, but they do add up. You know what? We'll go with a better Lurk build for this. I just need the other one because of cleanse there. Also, hello, Logic Slayer. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Alright, what do we need here? What do we need? We'll go and grab our little bit of mana there. Get all that rolling. Oh, did we get a haircut? Yeah, I just ended up shaving everything off. We went from here on to here off. Our two hairstyles, on and off. We're in our off phase now. Still need to go shave, though. Or, you know, the beard and everything. As far as the mane here, it's all off. Yeah, I got a couple things done today. Looks better. That's because I never do anything with my hair. I just leave it like so ragged. But whenever it takes it off, it just looks nice and neutral. Your spend money on Gems of Wars, holiday events, campaigns, and Legends Reborn. Yeah, the only thing I currently spend money on at all in the game is, at least in the current state of the game, is just the Season Pass, which comes out to basically $1 a week. It's the only thing in the game I buy these days. Because I used to spend almost like nothing, but that kind of got me spending like $1 a week. Though this is the 1 week where you don't have to pay for it because there's no campaign going on. That's like the only one. And sometimes the campaign ones, or whenever they had like a new kingdom kind of rework thing. I think that's only like $7 or $8 bucks for whatever you get from that. Some of the rewards for those have been pretty bad lately, though. A lot of campaigns in general have been having pretty underwhelming stuff in them. Like, we had some pretty good ones early on, but a lot of the more recent ones have been pretty underwhelming. Not sure if they're going to fix that at all. Especially when you compare it to some of the better troops we've been getting, like, as of today. Like, the Lunar New Year pet that you get basically for free from just doing the current, you know, lunar thing that we just did earlier. Absurdly good. Like, this is going to be, like, the meta for 4x purple teams, especially if you want a skull-oriented 4x purple team. You're going to be using this on, like, every 4x purple team now, unless you're running, like, some kind of stellar quick kill or something else like that. But if you're running, like, a purple skull spam team, this is pretty much, like, the thing you end up using on it now. And on top of that, of course, Murk, Lurk, and Durk is just insane. Actually, I must mess with them some now before we go over to Tower of Doom. Actually, wait, what's Tower of Doom's color again? Oh! Tower of Doom is green, isn't it? Ooh. Sorry, Leprechaun. You're out. Ooh. Actually, Boxstrider, you're out. What am I saying? Boxstrider, you're out. Leprechaun, you stay in. I need you, actually. Ooh. Ooh. We gotta try this. Ooh. Tell me my guild has it scouted, right? Let's see. Good. Thank you, guild. Let's Oh, Constant had to take a break. I was wondering where that other slot went. All good, all good. Let's see. Alright. Oh, oh, he actually dumped 50 million gold earlier too. Nice. Let's see. Alright, let's go do these. 2 and 4. Am I gonna bother with the haste? I'm probably skipping haste this time around. Alright, they're done scouting. We get all the way to 15, which pretty much gets us all the way there, so that's good. Let's go take number 4 then. Let's go test this team out. Gotta go do the Murk, Lurk, and Durk. It's kind of weird. I didn't actually show either of the teams with them, because I guess I technically showed the other team, so we didn't really need to. But of course, you can use Murk, Lurk, and Durk in the current Tower of Doom. And we shall be. Alright, 2 and 4. Alright, paste our team in. Let's go test this guy. Also, make sure you're using shield. You do need that for double points on the Doom. But yeah, there's a lot of things we could do with him. It really just comes down to how you want to end up building it. Yeah, initially we'll be trying to insta-feed Stellarix with them. We'll try that route, and then we'll try some PvP stuff with them in a bit. Because originally I was only trying some Goblin teams, but obviously it works in every team. Goblin teams are nice for him, but it's definitely not his only option. Oh, that's so good. Oh, he just mana drained the thing I need, though. Gosh, this thing is so strong! They only know how to release 2 types of troop. Completely dead content or the entire meta. They don't know anything in between, pretty much. It's either dead content or something you'll use, like, every day. They really don't know how to add any troop in between there. And this is definitely in the use almost every day category. Murk, Lurk, and Durk, that is. Though I guess there are some in-betweens. Like, that purple dragon's an in-between. You only really use it in purple heavy teams. Oh, and there he goes with his auto full mana as well, which is nice. 1 out of 3 times, you just auto-fills your whole team. Because he gets the explode with the guarantee wish gem. Which on top of all the explosion mana, you're also getting, of course, the wish gem mechanic twice over. Oh yeah, Furnax is an epic burning chest. I kind of wanted to wait until a double, though. I'm not sure. Should we try for it? I feel like we're going to get unlucky. Though our luck with them so far has been insanely good. I feel like our luck's going to run out. The only thing you have to be careful with, right there we end up giving the entire enemy team full mana. That's the only big downside of Murk, Lurk, and Durk is he will occasionally give the entire enemy team full mana, so if you end your turn, you might be very dead. But that's only an issue in a PvP context. Outside of a PvP context, it's normally not as big a deal. Oh, we didn't get full mana there. It's unfortunate. Gotta be careful giving the enemy wish gems. As, of course, if they end up getting the power from that, that is not good. Because you normally always want to have at least one way to end up breaking it. Beyond just himself. Because he's not always going to do it on his own. Yeah, Murk, Lurk, and Durk is really good in PvP. The main thing I was saying with PvP with him is he can backfire really heavily. Because if you do end up losing your loop, you might potentially give the enemy full mana while getting all your wish gems. Because 1 in 5 times whenever you do a wish gem, you're giving the entire enemy team full mana. He's creating 2 every time. So if you cast him 3 times, you're almost guaranteed. Well, not guaranteed, but you know. You're statistically likely to give the enemy team full mana after casting him 3 times. Which, as long as you don't lose your turn, isn't that big a deal. But if you do, could be a slight problem. Whereas in a game mode like this, giving the enemy team full mana means pretty much nothing. They're not really going to do much with it, but in PvP they can. Look at that, full mana and a store turn. Gosh, that is so nice. Yeah, it's just a new meta now. He's like top 10 troop in the entire game. Like, just overnight. He's definitely the lower end of top 10. He's a really utility-heavy troop. But I would definitely say he's in the top 10 best troop in the whole game, though. And he works really good with every mythic in the game. because it just feeds them full mana instantly. Particularly ones that have board clear capability. Like, for example, Lurk, while not consistent, does clear the board enough to likely hit both one or both Wish Gems. So having something that has a mechanic like that works really well with them, too. I think I had another code. I haven't actually handed out anymore since then. Here you go. We have such a backlog of codes, by the way. We have so many codes. I'm not even like halfway done through December's codes. And we're more than halfway through January. I haven't even touched the January codes yet. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hold up. Did we end up the special pet this year? Or this week? Should I do it today or next week? When is the actual Lunar New Year? Because I believe it's one of the pets like that. When is the actual date of Lunar New Year's? Is it closer to today or closer to next Monday? Because I'm pretty sure it's closer to next Monday. Let's see. It is... Yeah, it's closer to next Monday. So I'll hand it out on next week's Monday then. Because I believe it's one of the old Lunar New Year pets. So I'll hand it out on the 27th then. Which is next week's Monday. Because it's closer to Lunar New Year than currently. So yeah, I'll do it next week's Monday then. Perfect. Alright, yeah, next week's Monday. We'll still hand out a bunch of codes today, just not the special pet code for the month. Yeah, we'll do that next week's Monday then. As it's closer to Lunar New Year's than this week. As it's next week's Wednesday, so we'll hand it out on Monday then. Wait, do we actually have a pet in game for that month? Or that day? Oh yeah, we do. Oh yeah, exactly on Lunar New Year's, or on Lunar New Day, whatever. Lunar New Year Day is the day that we're actually getting the pet. So yeah, we'll do it on that Monday then. Work out perfectly. And on the actual holiday, you'll get the in-game one. Which is the cute little snake pet. But I love this thing's name, Murk, Lurk, and Durk. That's such a fun name. I love like everything about it. It's just so outrageous. It's just such a unique troop, both in ability, usefulness, and art. He's definitely a character I've like never seen before. What do you even call this? Like obviously it's the concept of like 3 people in a trench coat thing, but with goblins. But just such a comedic, perfect troop, and is actually meta. Like we honestly need like so many more troops like that. Really unique out there troops that are actually like good in ability, that are actually usable, but are also really unique rather than just like you know, something a bit more generic, like here's a generic leprechaun kind of thing. But I would do say most art in this game isn't particularly generic. I feel like it's really rare that we get something like completely outlandish as an actual meta troop. The Urks. He looks like he's sneaking into an R-rated film. Yeah, no problem for the codes. Yeah, we'll have a bit more in a little bit. Yeah, we'll hand out the special pet code next week then. As it's closer to Lunar New Year's Day. We'll still have plenty today though. We'll hand out the next one probably when we clear out Tower of Doom. Oh wait, I don't have any way to deal with that. Oh no. Whoops. You gotta be careful with that. You don't want to just hand the enemy wish gems. Because you definitely can't depend on his 1 in 3 chance, that's for sure. It's nice to have, but you can't depend on it. It's way too inconsistent to, like, guarantee as an option. There's no problem with this setup right now. We keep forcing ourselves to basically have to use it and hope we get it. In a battle like this doesn't matter as much, but in PvP it would matter a bit more. This team is definitely not set up to be functioning for PvP. You definitely wouldn't want to run this in PvP. In all fairness, you wouldn't be, because you would be dropping a shield for something actually good. Whereas a shield right now is just to exist for double points. I forget if I went over it, but it's just a standard armor buff thing. It's pretty bad. This whole category of Doom weapon is pretty bad. It's the only bad thing whenever they do add a bad Doom weapon. We have to deal with it for like 5.5 months, getting just bad Doom weapons. Which is kind of unfortunate, because some Doom weapons are really, really fun, some category Doom weapons. So whenever you get a bad one, you have to spend half a year just getting a useless weapon type. Like the shields that we're getting right now. The holiday bet doesn't show on mobile. I noticed that when I was playing on mobile the other day. I can't remember what it was. I think it was one of the tarot cards. But it kept showing up as a gigantic black box. At least for whatever reason it wasn't loaded into the mobile game. On PC it was working just fine. With no issue ever. But I was noticed that the other day. The gigantic box, black box of a Vault Event troop. Or not a Vault Event troop, but you know what I mean. Oh, speaking of which, Vault Event this weekend! It's a Vault Event weekend. It doesn't feel like one, but it already is. That just flew by so much. I guess because the other one was during the holiday and everything. Hello, Miss Insane Witch. Hello, Chad. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Alright, what do we have here? 11 is number 4. Oh, wait, I already took it. Never mind. I'm like checking that as if we haven't already taken it. Oh no, I didn't hit the wish gem. Whoops. Damage, damage. Yeah. The thing I find kind of funny is whenever you trigger a wish gem, the fairy godmother troop comes up. I just find that funny because she's not even the meta for wish gems anymore. It's now this guy. The Murk, Lurk, Durk. She's still really good for wish gems. But generally, you're going to be running him instead. As long as your restriction allows it, you're probably running him more than you're running her. Even if you have her. The pets are bugged on mobile? Oh gosh. Oh no, Tower of Doom hasn't really gotten any quicker. It's about the same speed. The meta has definitely gotten more refined for every color though. They've been adding a lot of things that are really good for specific colors. Like for example, the snake that we got from this current event, for the New Year's event, is really good in purple scroll spam teams. But they've definitely been refining every color compared to what it was like years ago. Especially compared to like the beginning of Guild Wars back when that was added, like what, 7 years ago, whenever that was. But yeah, every single color is far more refined compared to then, as well as just over the years, as well as since Tower of Doom was released. So in that regard, Tower of Doom has gotten easier. But nothing has actually mechanically made Tower of Doom any easier. It's just the troop synergies that exist for every color that has gotten a lot stronger. Also, the introduction of 6-color troops goes a long way as well. As worst comes to worst, you can run Stellarex for literally everything. There is nothing Stellarex will not solve when it comes to a color team. Hello, King Pistola. Welcome, welcome. You guys realize you have a bunch of shiny keys? You should use them all now or wait for certain troop type. I've personally been hoarding all mine shiny keys. I think I have over like 100 something, like a triple-digit number. I've been hoarding them just because they said they would likely eventually add legends and mythics to the drop table, and they still haven't yet. So I've kind of been holding out on that. But I have a lot of shiny keys as well. Actually, how many do I have these days? That's actually a good call. How many do I have? I have 533 shiny keys. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'm hoarding all of them. I even have some shiny dust, because you know what you actually get shiny dust from recently? This new event system, that whenever you're getting red kills right now, you actually get some shiny dust from this. And this is all the shiny dust that I haven't used from that. Because you get 50 every single event. Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that means we've had 5 of those events so far. Technically 6 because of this one. Because I'm pretty sure that's where all the shiny dust has come from. So we've had 6 events for that so far, 50 at a time. Which is like half of a shiny key. But, yeah, I've just been hoarding them all. I'm hoarding them all until they had like legends or mythics or a reason to really open them. But, yeah, I personally haven't been opening them at all. Technically, the meta for them is to wait, like, indefinitely to ever open them. Because the longer you wait, the better the value is. Mostly because it's really, really bad value to max a shiny troop. So the more shiny troops that are on the drop table, the less likely you are to max any given one. Because the dust return rate is really bad. I think you only get, like, 10 for a repeat. So, like, 10 repeats equal only, like, 1 shiny troop. Like, it has absurdly, absurdly bad value. I'm not sure why they made it so horribly bad. It's one of the reasons why you kind of want to hoard them. Because the longer you wait, the better their value is. Oops, I just gave the enemy, like, so much mana. I played that extremely bad. I'm not sure what the plan there was. Gotta be careful, too. They're about to run with Valraven. We might actually lose this. We might actually legit lose. Or by lose, I mean the Valraven running away. Not lose the battle. There's no way we're losing this fight. However, though, you know, if they keep hitting like that, you never know. We're frozen on that. That's definitely not worth taking. That is, though. Alright, Valraven did not escape. Alright, that's good. That went horribly wrong. The struggle of giving the enemy full mana. Alright, should be good to go. Move on. They almost forgot about shiny keys. We're halfway to 1,000. Yeah, I'm just hoarding them. Mostly because it's really bad value to ever max a shiny troop. I do eventually plan to open them, though. I'm just not sure when. I guess technically when they add legends and mythics, but they'd have to have some pretty good ones to it. I almost feel like they've forgotten about the mechanic. Because it hasn't got an update since it's been released. It's one of those things where they say they're going to do more to it in the future, and then several years have gone by and they still haven't touched it. Like, one of the reasons why the resource pets only give you 5% is because they were planning on adding more resource pets in the future that would also give 5%. But they haven't done so after 7 or 8 years. They were added in like 2017. It's been like 8 years now and they still haven't. They have a high tendency of doing that a lot. Like making a mechanic slightly weaker at first, mentioning that they'll add more to it in the future, and then never adding more to it in the future. That is a very common thing that tends to happen with this game. And that so far has happened with shiny keys, where they said they would update them more in the future, add like legends and mythic stuff like that, and still haven't. Pets were supposed to get additional resource bonus ones, and they still haven't after 8 years. Stuff like that. At least they're finally reworking PvP in Guild War and everything after so long. Because that was something they were going to do like 7-8 years ago as well. That they just got around to doing last year, at least as far as PvP. And Guild Wars, of course, is the next update coming. So it took them a while, but they finally got around to that. Which one am I on right now? 14. So I need... I almost took the wrong one then. So I need number 3 over here then. We never get to see how the troops look all shiny. Some of them do look pretty cool shiny. Wait, I just realized something. Is Murk, Lurk, and Durk shinyable? Wait. Are we opening shiny keys for the first time in, ever? Maybe not ever. Wait. Is Murk, Lurk, and Durk a shiny? Wait. Yes? Anyways, as I was saying, use every shiny key, today. Not every single one, but, hold up. Hold up. Are you trying to tell me the new meta troop is even stronger? I forgot to mention this during the video. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, he's shinyable. Wow, he's broken. Wait, does he get to create a 3rd wish gem? No. No. There's no... okay, anyways. In other news. Hello, shiny keys. Where's my Murk, Lurk, and Durk? There it is. I got one. Alright, how many do I need? Like 1 billion of them? Let's keep going. They are in the drop table right now, right? How do I check drop table? Yep, Murk, Lurk, and Durk. Gimme. Yeah, he's the feature troop this week. That's why it's worth doing. There it is. Got another 3. Got none, surprisingly. Got none again. Gosh, we're getting pretty unlucky. Though, in all fairness, it's only a 20% chance. There we go. We just got a shiny level on him. But I need more. Honestly, do we get a maxed? I was just talking about how bad it is to max one of these. But this is a very, 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 very rare exception. Oh, we just got Dolkafert or shiny. Don't think we care about that at all, but there we go. There's all my Murk, Lurk, and Durks. I need more Murk, Lurk, and Durk. There we go, 2 more. There we go, level 2. Let me guess, you create 3 wish gems now? As if you didn't already do enough value. Yep. Alright, what do you guys think? Let's start a poll. Let's see, engage our audience. Start a poll. Should we get Murk, Lurk, and Durk to be our first ever level 3 shiny troop? Question mark. I guess just yes or no is fine. Let's see what the results are. Well, we'll keep him at level 2 for now. The benefit of getting him level 3 is he has 11 mana cost instead of 12. The downside is whenever we get another Murk, Lurk, and Durk in the future, we get like 0 value from it. Like it just gives us like 10 dust, which is like 1/10 of a shiny. So whenever we roll him, we get like nothing in the future. But for now, let's go test him now that he's upgraded. Let's see if we want 1 lower mana cost. Because I'm tempted. The temptation is definitely there. Yeah, they have a different border, too. I have, like, so few shiny troops, I kind of forgot that's even a thing. The improved border. Alright, 15 is the last one we could take then. Because I don't think I have enough to scout out an entire floor. Hello, Gerudo! Hello, Mydra! Welcome, welcome! Alright, currently the poll is at all yes. Literally every vote is yes! Alright, we'll go do it. That's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever seen a poll like that we've ever done. It's not just overwhelmingly yes, it's 100% yes. For a second I thought it was just like 1 or 2 votes. But yeah, it's literally just all yes. I don't think I've ever done a poll like that before. Have you guys actually shinied them already? I didn't even think about that earlier. Like, it crossed my mind in the morning, but I didn't figure I'd mention it. But honestly, I should have, because gosh. This is the first troop in a very, very long time that is legitimately actually worth shining. Not only does he get to create 3 wish gems instead of 2 at a guaranteed, which is actually better than the mythic. But it also gets 2 lower mana costs. 1 at the first upgrade and then another at the 3rd. Bringing him down to an 11 mana cost troop. He was already broken at 13 mana cost. You can get him as low as 11. Which is kind of crazy. Unfortunately, I can't go any further here. But there we go. Alright, let me go hand out another code because I said we would at that point. And yeah, I guess we'll go upgrade our first ever level 3 shiny. Might as well. See if we get any other upgrades along the way. I think we might get the achievement too. What's the achievement for? Let me double check. How do you check Steam achievements again? It's one of the achievements I don't have because I've opened so few of these in the past. But there's an achievement for getting upgrade 5 troops to level 2 shiny. I actually don't have this achievement done yet. If I go check globally, how many people have finished this achievement? Yeah, only 0.7%. I actually haven't bothered doing this. It's one of the top 10 most unachieved achievements in the game. Some of these were because it was broken and wasn't working. But, and this is because this is for next season. It's literally impossible to have the Decay one done. But, yeah, let's finally go get this. This was added when they added shiny troops, and I just never really bothered upgrading them. But we're probably going to get it on our way to upgrading him. No, let's go get it. There it is. One more, and we get the achievement. Oh, we'll still need some more for Murk, Lurk, Durk. Come on, one more shiny, level 1. We're also getting a bunch of Murk, Lurk, Durk. Hopefully we get at least one more upgrade by then. Just so we really don't have a reason to open these for a while. There it is. No! This is what I was talking about earlier. Notice the shiny dust. Wait, is it really only 5? They gotta fix this. I gotta screenshot this. Well, there's 2 actual no's here too, because I didn't actually get enough for the achievement either. But, look at how bad this is. You only get 5 for a repeat. This shows that we got 1, and then the other one got converted into shiny dust. You need to get 20 repeats of a shiny to equal 1 shiny. You know how absurdly bad that is? This should be at bare minimum like a 0 at the end. This should be 50. Even then, you're still wasting like half of them. But yeah, you needed to get a repeat of a shiny 20 times to equal 1 random shiny. It is so horrifically bad. I don't understand why they made it so bad. But we did get him. 11 mana cost, Murk, Lurk, and Durk. As if he wasn't already broken enough. Our first 3-star. Though we still don't have that achievement, by the way. I only got 4 shinies. I didn't get the 5th. I'll catch you later, Mr. Sandwich. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, let's go grab our other stuff. Alright, let's go and, what did we still have that we haven't done? Tower of Doom, we did that. Underspire, do need to go do that a little bit. I guess we'll just peek at it. Definitely gotta do it with a Murk, Lurk, Durk team, though. Do I have one set up as my Underspire main one? No, surprisingly. How do I want to build this? There's no Empower here, which is the problem, I think. Well, let's go bring it to Murk, Lurk, Durk. Murk, Lurk, Durk. And then we'll just truffle kill them into low range. I think that's fine now. Let's grab this team. Alright, let's roll with this, I guess. Let's see. Unfortunately, we don't really have Empower or stuff like that. There's the only problem with the Underspire this week. It's really strong. Like, winning is easy. The problem is getting your team off the ground. As you don't have a lot of the options that would normally get you off the ground. But once you get going, you just auto-win every fight. But getting off the ground for your initial mana is kind of annoying. But once you do... I was hoping for Explode. I really shouldn't be depending on that 1 in 3 chance for Explode. Oh yeah, I definitely like saying Murk, Lurk, Durk. It's as good as Merilith or Tagaraki. Like, honestly, it's my new Tagaraki. As fun as Tagaraki is to say, Murk, Lurk, Durk is also fun to say. I think I still like Tagaraki better, though. But this is probably like my 2nd favorite name in the game. 3rd being Merilith. But yeah, number 1 is still Tagaraki. Number 2 is Murk, Lurk, Durk. And number 3 is Merilith. Not sure why. Those are like my 3 funnest troop names to say. I'm so glad this thing is meta. This thing's like beyond meta. It's just like the Manipulator going forward. He's not always your best case scenario though. The biggest issue with him is he's a slow starter. Once he gets rolling, you just kind of auto-win. What does shiny level do? It makes him 2 lower mana costs. The first shiny level gives him 1 lower mana cost. The second shiny level makes him create 3 wish gems instead of 2. And the third shiny level gives him 2 lower mana costs. So it goes from 13 to 11. But even if you only get him shiny level 1, you're still getting a lot of value. But yeah, it's a lot of extra value. 2 lower mana costs on him is huge. Because it helps fix his biggest problem, which is he's really slow to start. But that pretty much fixes his slow start problem by making him have a lower investment to get started. Because once he gets going, he's just auto-win. It does cost a bit of shiny keys, though. I think that cost me almost 100 shiny keys to go get him. Also, keep in mind, if you're going to do it, you got to do it this week, though. As he's the premier one in the current drop table. Did we just get a triple kill? We just did a skull that's 7% into another 7%. That's funny. But if you are going to go and upgrade him, this is the week that you need to go do it. Go dump your shiny keys now and to go get him to shiny level 1, 2, or 3. Because he won't be the exclusive troop for much longer. It's only for this week. So you do have all week, but, you know, might get distracted by the time Vault Event weekend rolls around. So a good idea to do it now if you're going to want to do it. Oh, yeah, you do get 5 of him for free later down the line. Oh, I slightly opened too many then. I completely forgot about that. But you get 5 for free later down the line. So you already get him to shiny level 1 later. Oh, at least we get to try him at this level now. It's not too big a deal. Still got a bunch of other drops along the way. It's gonna be annoying though, because all we're gonna get returned is like 25 dust. Does almost nothing. Definitely worth it to have him like this though. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But hey, we're impatient. We want to see what he does now. Because I won't be able to later in the week. Or not that we're not doing the event, but you know. If we want to show it on Monday, we gotta go heavier now. Alright, there we go. Alright, let's go test with him in PvP then. Let's see what he could really do. Oh, we even got green. Ooh. Ooh, 4 times green team with him? Let's go see what you can do when you can run anything with him. So what is the category of anything that we want to run? These two, correct. Let's go like Leprechaun and something. Oh no, is it just Stellarix though? Isn't this what we were running earlier? Because I'm trying to think of like one damage source I want to add to this team. And it just keeps saying Stellarix. I want something that can cleanse. What is something that is extra Beatrix? I was gonna say, what's extra turn cleanse these days? Duh. No, I just need a damage source. Unfortunately, that is still Stellarix. But, there we go. I don't have Submerge counter with this team's the only problem. But I'm not sure you really need it. Actually, I don't need brown. I'm just gonna double green. A big downside is we have no Submerge counter. The upside is we cleanse for free as long as we don't get stunned on Beatrix. Alright, how's our Valhawk upgrades doing? Let me go double check. Yeah, we'll be fine. Even if I don't open a tower thingy. Oh, wait, the flavor text? What was the flavor text? Somehow on Xbox it has a 0.01 of gamers have the Decayed Gems achievement. Oh, it could be people hacking in or something. Because it should be impossible to do right now, I think. I'm trying to think of any other way you can get around it. Oh, unless it's the PvP gem this week or something. If they voted it in. Because that could have happened. It might have been on the vote. And people voted it in. Because if they added it to the PvP vote, you could get it in that way. I'm not sure if PC Mobile has voted in yet, if it even is an option. Dude, aside from hacking the game, that's the only other way you could have done it. It's a little bit Warhammer. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let me go end the poll. Because we already max shinied him. It has been done. But yeah, this guy is insane though. Definitely gonna be using him a lot in the future. The only biggest issue I can see with him is he's actually really overkill for mana. Like, he almost gives you too much mana. compared to something that's just a better start. It's always going to be the biggest issue of troops like that. It's just we have so many quick start things like Pharaoh and Takshaka and stuff like that, that even at 11 mana cost, he's almost too slow of a start. Because there's no 50% mana start for goblins. So the best he's ever getting is 20%, which is only 2 mana. He still has to feed 9 mana to himself. Which, you know, that's not a lot, but it's more than nothing. I didn't think that through. I guess I was hoping for the thing. Didn't get it though. Yeah, I kind of forgot. You get like a cool border around something whenever you shiny something. Because I pretty much never do the shiny keys. I'm slacking on codes. I'll get into another code. Yeah, we'll go a lot heavier next week for the Lunar New Year, since we have the Lunar New Year pet and everything else too. This week is Lurk, Durk, and Murk, Lurk, and Durk celebration week. But yeah, I definitely advise getting him to higher shiny level. Shiny level 1 gives him 1 lower mana. Shiny level 2 makes him create 3 Wisdom instead of 2. And shiny level 3 makes him 2 lower mana costs. Bringing him all the way down from 11. Or from 13 to 11. The dreaded enemy of this team. Stun freeze. I think we actually lose this. Well, it's because of Essence of Evil. It'd actually be fine if it wasn't Essence of Evil. Alright, let's see if we can win just with the Toad. The sad part is we might be able to. Oh, unless the Essence of Evil's us. Never mind, it's over. Unless he re-toads us with the 10%. Imagine. Imagine it goes so Essence of Evil heavy that it actually backfires and gives us benefit. Like, the only way we win is if he Essence of Evils again. And we become a Toad again. It's a 10% chance every time he does it. I'm trying to bait him into green. Alright, now we have a chance. We have a chance. Alright. Oh, let's see. Take that over. Alright, we have to deal with Hero. We kind of just have to ignore Leprechauns even there. Because we have to kill Hero before it does anything. Which is very unlikely because it can't really break its barrier right now. Yeah, we're unentangled. Unfortunately, we're unentangled at a really bad time. Do I try from green from the sky? I don't think it's worth it. Oh, we didn't get retransformed. No! Alright, I'll take that one over. No! We failed. We failed. We should probably just stick with wand build. It's just so much more consistent. I feel like this is the team we already showed earlier, wasn't it? Just running like wand with Murk and Lurk and Durk. Maybe even first slot it just so it can go a little bit easier. But yeah, like Murk, Lurk, and Durk with wand, Stellaryx, Leprechaun. Leprechaun's still insane, by the way. The viability of Leprechaun hasn't changed. It's just you don't need like a Box Strider or a Thrall anymore. Now you can just use Murk, Lurk, Durk. If you just give me a turn, we win. Don't do infinite loopy tricks. Don't do it. Okay, good, he didn't do it. How long was it added since they added midnight? I think about a year, right? Yeah, we haven't had a new kingdom yet this year. Well, obviously, it's only been 1 month in. But yeah, midnight, I believe, was last year, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of Volpacia? Which one was last year? Wasn't midnight last year? Pretty sure it was. It was like right at the beginning of last year. It was like January of last year. So it's been about a year since we've gotten a new kingdom. Is midnight coming in January of last year, I believe, was the last time we got a new kingdom. Oh yeah, I was hello Mydra. Yeah, the codes do only work on PC Mobile, unfortunately. It's a policy issue that they've had with them in the past. So now they can only hand them out to PC Mobile. But yeah, they do only work on PC Mobile version. Unfortunately, it does not work on console versions. Oh, Murk, Lurk, and Durk team. Oh, he's using it with Tesla. That's fun. He's using Throuse as a breaker. That's definitely one way to go about it. Personally, I would prefer Leprechaun on that team, but it's definitely a way you can do it. Leprechaun just gets the team rolling quicker. Definitely not required, but it's pretty useful. Because that's his biggest issue, is not getting up quick enough. But once he does, you just auto-win. And the Leprechaun kind of fixes his not getting up quick enough issue. Though having him shine level 3 does kind of fix that too. Because 11 mana cost is not that hard to get rolling. The problem is you always need a breaker for him. Because he only breaks on his own 1 out of 3 chance. Which is not high enough to depend on. Oh, we're in a bit of a bad situation right here, actually. Do we gamble the Murk, Lurk, Durk? Alright, now we don't need to gamble it. Ah, we didn't get it anyways. I just realized Wish Gem mechanic would be pretty fun with him. Then we could try a Wish Gem team. Oh, what's that one troop's name? Because that'd be pretty nice. Oh, where do we put it, though? Yeah, I was thinking of Daughter of Time. Yeah, there's nothing that does it based on extra turn. We'd have to run Daughter of Time. What do you get rid of, though? Like, you have to get rid of Leprechaun. There's nothing else you can get rid of. You literally have to just sacrifice the Leprechaun. There's no room to get rid of anything else. Alright, we failed the mana. Alright, here we go. Let's set it in motion. I think we found the team. The problem is our start is so much slower due to not having Leprechaun. Oh no, did we get rid of Wand of Stars? It pains me, but I think we have to. The problem with that is we get rid of Cleanse. Which is a very, very bad idea. But let's get rid of Cleanse. We have no way to Dispel anymore, and we have no way to Cleanse anymore. What's the worst that could happen? Oh wait, what do I have to pop it now with though? Wait, right there. There we go. Then you do that, then you do a little bit of this, then you do a little bit of that, then you do a little bit of this, then you do a little bit of that, then do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, do a little bit of this. Alright, I think I found the team. You don't have Dispel or Cleanse, though. Which is bad. But if you ignore that, it is absurdly good. Because it covers everything you need. And even with one freeze, we should be okay. For the most part. This does make Lurk Durk a little bit harder to cast here, though I don't think we're going to need it in this context. There we go. Why is it anytime I want to use him, he always gets frozen? This happened a lot when we were doing in the video. He could be getting frozen on us. Oh, she has a chance at beginning a turn to create Hourglass Gem. Keep forgetting about that. I keep wondering where the Hourglass Gem comes from. It's like, wait, I didn't cast her yet. But it's from her natural 50%. It doesn't always happen. When it does, it's helpful. Do we take the risk? I guess I take mana first and then we'll go for it. Just to get the full set rolling. Because then you just cast her. You cast one of these. You cast one of those. You cast one of these. Oh no, we just pure missed. Yeah, there's something that can still happen with the setup though. Stellarix can just ignore wanting to do anything. Which is very trolly if it does. It's definitely an angle though. What's your shiny level flavor text? I can go check it. Let's see. Let's go check all of his flavor text. Might as well. Let's see. That's not where you check it. Collection. Alright, Murk, Lurk, and Durk. 3 goblins, 1 trench coat is that one. Let's go check the shiny one since we have them all, might as well. Our first max shiny. Like max too. We even got all the medals and everything. Alright, where do you check this? Many years ago, the 3 goblin squadrons, Murk, Lurk, and Durk, were doing some business in Sword's Edge when they came upon an object so unthinkable, so creative, so wondrous that they knew they must immediately have it. At the stroke of midnight, they snuck into Falstaff's fantastical fashion emporium and liberated this most unusual magic artifact, a trench coat. Their thinking was simple. Goblins had always been looked down upon. It made it hard to complete a shady deal when most tall folk realized that your eyes were about the same height as their money pouch. But if they all climbed into the trenchcoat of power, then they would be the more equal of any human, and in fact, even more trustworthy than a dwarf. When Murk, Lurk, and Durk returned to Zhejiang, they were rich. It wasn't that people started believing their scams exactly, but the trench coat of power did allow them to get close enough to targets so that Durk, on the bottom, could sneak a hand out between the buttons and help himself to those money pouches. But yeah, that's the flavor text for it. There's the magical coat and all of its shininess. Anyways, but yeah, that's that. So how's the PvP thing doing? There we go, fine. You know what, let's go for our little buff, might as well. But yeah, that's their lore. With their trench coat of power. I do have to say, I prefer the other build more. This build is funny, though. Like, if this team works perfectly, it is insane. The problem is, every time when Stellarix wants to miss is the problem. Yeah, let's go ahead and add another code as well. Here you guys go. But yeah, overall, long story short, get this thing to at least level Shiny 2. Shiny 3 makes it go down from 12 to 11. Or Shiny 1 makes it go from 13 to 12. But there's a lot of goblins around that 11 mana range. And having him fully shiny brings them there. Yeah, I'm curious to see his use cases in the future. He's really, really, really strong. Like lower end top 10 strong in the entire game. There are some use case instances where he kind of gets a little bit caught up though, compared to some mythic mana accumulators like Takshaka or Pharaoh. But once he gets rolling, it's working out really well. Oh, there we go. And the big downside of this team is we have no Cleanser Dispel. Even though it looks like infinite loop, because it almost pretty much is once it gets going. The big downside is it has no counterplay to, like Freeze. It has no counterplay to Submerge. It's not directly. Yeah, we can work with that. Oh yeah, I forgot. You don't auto extra turn if you do that. Oh, where did my mana go? Oh no. But I like this guy a lot. Definitely a lot of fun to use, and he's basically free to obtain. He's 400 glory. He's so free. Getting him shiny is not free, but just obtaining him is so free. And as long as your guild gets far enough in the event, you automatically get a free level 5 shiny on him. It's one of the rewards from the current Tower of Doom, I believe. Or isn't it? Isn't that what it comes from? I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure if you go deep enough on Tower of Doom, you get it. Or is it from something else? I try to forget. I'm pretty sure it's from Tower of Doom, though. Yeah. If you get to stage 14, you get 5 copies of Murk, Lurk, Durk, which is enough to get him to shine level 1. If you want it higher than that, you have to use whatever other shiny keys you can scrap together. You also get like 7 of them from the reward thingy. But yeah, there we go. And there's anything else we need to mess around with? I think that's everything. Does any of you guys have any other Murk, Lurk, and Durk suggestions? I think we tried all the like the main core ones. Obviously, you could throw him into anything though, in like any restriction where he's allowed. But I do believe that is all the areas. Now, let's go try one last green one with him. Let's go pure green. I get a green only team. Alright, obviously we need Murk, Lurk, Durk. That goes without saying. Since we're going down this route, let's go full goblin team too. Nice wall. Got a wand in there. Got leprechaun in there. Actually, I guess it's not going to be pure, but we'll use truffle as our main damage source then. And then a leprechaun, do it like this. There's also a lot more budget as well. It's all low rarity stuff, except for maybe wand. But technically wand's low budget. It requires 1 tarot card and then it's nearly free. Archer's a fun angle, but I think we're going to play it a little bit safe and go mech. Just so we have instant dispel. But yeah, Wand of Stars, Murk, Lurk, Durk, Truffle, and Leprechaun. You replace Truffle for any damage source, like Stellarix or something. In this case, we will go down the Truffle route. I know, he missed. Whatever shall we do? That's not a problem. Truffle doesn't have like that auto take on it though. But something that has auto extra turn into board clear. Like guaranteed. Ideally in the mythic category. Because that would work really well. Guaranteed, but also a lot of damage and board clear. Let's see. Is there one? Stellarix is good for it. That's what we were using earlier. Is there something other than Stellarix, though? Flaming Ani doesn't do damage. You don't clear the board at all. All these dragons just have like an auto extra turn thing. Yeah, there isn't one. At least not under Mythic. Yeah, you don't either. That's interesting, yeah. We don't have one that like both extra turns and gets the gems off the board. Ward Breaker does damage and board clear, but doesn't have extra turn. Although we could do a Ward Breaker team with, there is one way to do it with him, though. But we have to change the team a little. And probably drop Leprechaun. But we need, the Hourglass Gem. We have to bring her onto the team. Which means I have to drop Leprechaun, I think. Let her drop, I'm gonna drop Wand. We really shouldn't. But we kind of have to. We could try it this way. Murk, Lurk, Durk, Daughter of Time, Wardbreaker, Leprechaun. Because the thing is, I need to give him an auto extra turn, and the only way I can give him auto extra turn is to give him a Daughter of Time. Yeah, we'll try it this way. Yeah, Wardbreaker's missing the extra turn automatically. But adding her gives him the extra turn that is needed. Just gotta get him the full mana, and we should auto win. Problem is getting them the full mana. No, we didn't get the explode. Sad. What am I supposed to do now? We're in a bit of an awkward spot. Are we Daughter of Timing again? Yeah, it seems gonna be too inconsistent to get rolling. Well, once it gets going, it'll be really funny. This definitely isn't worth going out of your way for, though. But hey, once it gets going, it should work so insanely well. Problem is getting off the ground. There we go, unfrozen. Alright, can we get rolling now? No! Our core mechanic just died. I needed that core mechanic. That's how we maintain full mana. My full mana mechanic just died. I will definitely try this again. Gosh, it is an absurdly clunky start, but if we can get this rolling, it'll be really funny. Can we find a team that doesn't have freeze on it? Nope, it has Elementalist. I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky. Can you just freeze Leprechaun or something that isn't relevant? Because that'd be very useful. Fitness Wardbreaker 2 full mana is a nightmare right now, though. Come on, you're almost there. You're so close. Alright, there we go. We got the setup going. There we go. Alright, let's go chest it then. So we do this, then we do this, then we do Wardbreaker. Then we do this, then we do this, then we do Ward Breaker. You're supposed to get full mana, though. The whole point of this is you were supposed to get full mana from that. There we go. Then you do this, then you do this. And then you repeat. Then you do this, then you do this. Then you do this. And then you repeat. Then you do this. Yeah, it's not perfect. It'd be better just using Lurks at that point. It does kind of do what it needs to do. It is Ward Breaker's still pretty mediocre for damage. Especially when you compare him to Lurks. He has to cast like 3 times to be 1 Lurks. Even if you do get it going. It's way better to use Lurk. So it's, I guess, an alternative. But the problem is we have to drop Wand. We either have to drop Leprechaun or drop Wand. You can't run both, because there's not enough room on the team for both. Alright, we got everything set up, but I don't have cleanse, so we got a bit of a problem there. And we're gonna gamble it. We're going all in. 1 in 3 chance. No! We lose. Yeah, it's not worth it. Funny build, though. But definitely not worth. Yeah, honestly, just trying to put Daughter of Time in general on it seems not worth. It's a fun concept to try to get to work. But similar to why we don't spam her like crazy, she's a really good troop. It's just the fact that you have to give up 1 of your 4 troops to have her on your team is kind of annoying. Which of course is like every troop in the game. But she fits like a weird utility where it's great to have, but there's almost never any room to put it onto your team. Like in premise, she's like one of the best troops in the game. But in practice, she does so much nothing that there's just not enough room to put her on a team. Like if you could add a troop for free, it would work. But almost any troop if you could add for free would work. Like if there was teams of 5, she would be used so often on almost every team in existence. But with teams of 4, it's almost never possible to fit her in. And she fits a really weird utility that just gives you infinite extra turn. But normally you have so much extra turn and so much damage that you don't need the extra little bit of extra turn. Like it's nice to have, but you can almost never fit it on a team. It's better just to have teams that can function on their own with extra turns without needing the extra hourglass mechanic. As the amount of damage or mana accumulation you have to give up to put her on your team is just too much normally. Well, the biggest issue with this team is Lurk can still miss. And when he does, gosh, does he miss. He like hard misses. At least this guy does give you HP occasionally, so if you do end up getting in a situation like this, you're less likely to die. It's one nice thing about his HP mechanic. His worst comes to worst, he just feeds you so much HP. Like, look at this, 306. We ended up getting to like double our HP by the end of the fight. Like we started at like 150-ish and ended at like 300 or something, even after they did a lot of damage. It's a nice backup mechanic for if you fall behind. Normally a bunch of extra life wouldn't be that useful, but it is in that context. We need negative cards like in Balatro, so we put more troops on the team. I would love to see new game modes that try to incorporate that. It's something we've needed for a while in Gems of War. Like another like really out there game mode. We are getting revamped Guild War coming into the game next patch. But we need some completely new game mode. Like drastically changes up gameplay. Where you still use the troops that you have, but the way that you end up playing is a lot different. Kind of like what Treasure Hunt was. Except that doesn't actually use your troops, but you know. Like its gameplay was drastically different. I've lost almost my entire team. Luckily we did get our Witch Gem value there, though. Alright, let me go hand out one last code. But yeah, long story short, definitely go Shiny or Murk, Lurk, and Durk. He's really good. Great week to throw down some Shiny keys to get him to level 2 or 3. So thank you, Blaze! And welcome, welcome. Yeah, I finally got a haircut. Or more so just shaving everything off. Still need to go shave the beard, though. Because I just did a basic shaving. I didn't actually get everything off. Just all the heftier stuff. The head is done, just not the beard. It's gonna take it all off later. It's just the other one wouldn't go down low enough. Let's see. I'll take that. Grab our mana. But yeah, this troop is so much fun. With his magical trench coat. It's such a funny gimmick of a troop. It's just so much mana. Now we need like higher mana cost troops to even function with them though. But if we ever get a lot more like 30 plus mana cost troops, it'll have a lot of synergy with them. We just need more super high mana cost troops to go with them. Because right now there's not too many in the meta at the moment. Like Lurk's a pretty noteworthy one, of course. But most of them aren't really that good. Like a lot of the really high mana cost troops. I guess Slaughter's Slaughter, but he kind of goes into a skull team rather than a cast team. The overall verdict on his troop, I would definitely say lower top 10. At least from a mana accumulation perspective. But even just in totality, potentially. Biggest issue with him is his startup is slow. Even at 11 mana costs, it suffers compared to double Pharaoh or double Takshaka. Because you have to keep in mind, if you're using him, you can't run double of the other two. Well, it's not that you can't, but you generally won't be. There's just not enough room on the team to put them. You're generally running one or the other. So we'd love to get a turn at some point. There we go. Speaking of Pharaoh. Speaking of Pharaoh and Takshaka. Instead of one or the other, why not both? Generally, you do want to double up on one rather than going one of each, though. The mechanic is better when you double up with one. But I assume he just says one of each, so he didn't. But you generally want to go double Takshaka or double Pharaoh, not one of each. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to be ending it there for now. Long story short, make sure to go Shiny or Murk, Durk, and Lurk. Or what's his name again? I keep saying his name wrong. Murk, Lurk, and Durk. Make sure to go and Shiny your Murk, Lurk, and Durk to at least level 2. Potentially level 3. Though do keep in mind, you do get 5 free copies of them later from your guild this week. From Tower of Doom, you get it on a tier 14. So you might want to go a little bit shorter so that you can go get that. The only reason I did it now is just so we can kind of test him at his full strength today. Since obviously we won't be streaming later. But do make sure to, you'll guarantee get him to Shiny level 1 just by doing this. But if you are going to be getting this as a guild, make sure to not get him all the way max quite yet. And just get him max when you get that 5 later. But yeah, definitely really, really good target to actually use Shiny Keys for once. As he is one of the strongest troops in the game. It'll be interesting seeing going forward what kind of teams he gets incorporated with for mana accumulation teams. Also, definitely something to look out for when Guild War comes around. You're definitely going to need a hard counter that thing somehow. The best way to do so is freeze and or silence, as he is immune to neither. And unless his team built around him has immune to it, yeah, you should be good to go. So yeah, definitely going to need freeze and or silence against him. Which is nice because there actually are goblins that can do that. Not just freeze, but also String Fiddler is actually a really good goblin counter to him. Because let's say it's like goblin team versus goblin team. String Fiddler is probably your best counter to him, as it gets to silence an enemy. And he does not have immune to silence. So, or this thing does, but you know, the Murk, Durk, and Lurk do not have immune to silence. So if you are in like a goblin versus goblin restriction, make sure to use String Fiddler to counter it, as it then just does absolutely nothing. So there are counters to it. It's just going to be a little bit annoying to do when Guild War probably comes around, but we'll have to see how it's structured. because there's still some stuff we don't really know about Guild Wars, but we'll find out when next patch happens. But anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps out a lot and is greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.